Good evening and welcome to Lost in the Crossing. We are the high school adventurers turned travelers and adventurers falling into the realm for Legendlore, a new game and story path from the Onyx Path that was just successfully kickstarted. Yay! So thank you. It is now, there is currently a PDF version of the game, artless and artless, if you know what I mean, like no like beautiful like charts and stuff, currently available on the Onyx Path website, but it will be turning into a beautiful downloadable PDF and physical book for your bookshelves within the next year and a half. So we are here. We are going to, this is our grand finale, and I'm very excited to play again one more time with this wonderful group as we see what happens. So did everyone want to go around and do a little intro where we have a little new little overlay? Thank you, Lyndon. Kuzmaroglu, our producer. We'll start with Logan up in the top corner.
Hi, yes, I'm Logan, he, him pronouns. I'll be playing Alistair, the paint bard. And yeah, he is a bard of Baccaroon, so he is drawn to runes, and once he activates them, interesting things happen.
Kika.
Hey, Kika, she, her pronouns. I play the pixie sorcerer, Courtney Brightside, also she, her pronouns. What kind of sorcerer? She is
Sourceborn
sorcerer, so even though it hasn't come up yet, she can channel Menthurak. Is that what it's called? Yeah. For extra effects with her spells. She's also kind of messy.
Hi, I'm Bones. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Judas, who uses he, him pronouns. And I am a dwarf cleric from the Order of Otharis. And it's a very cool order where you use your words more than you use action, and hopefully that works out.
Yay! My name is Jen Vaughn. My pronouns are she, they, and I am the game master tonight. And I'll also be playing ride-along friend Flips, who is an arcane artificer and channels his magic through a little camcorder and is always trying to find the best shot with players. So last time on an epic quest, or actually kind of like a casual road trip vibe, the gang, do you want to talk about maybe like one of your favorite things that happened in the last group? Because in the last time we were trying to find Randy, our bat person friend, who got stolen by this well-dressed minotaur, possibly from a circus. Very much so from a circus. I think Kika, you actually sort of instigated the first thing that happened on the road trip, or Courtney did technically.
Courtney wanted to go to 7-Eleven to get a slushie.
Yeah, you had some like rainbow shaved ice, so almost as good.
Yeah, almost as good. Not quite, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
So after, we also found Reese's peanut butter cups there, I believe.
I don't know if Judas actually ate those yet. I don't think so. Yeah, not yet. So, yeah, and then you made your way to the Nightland, to where you outside you met some arguing elves and bear rider dwarves who are sort of fighting over the ecology and like sort of a preservation of the Nightland. This beautiful, dark sort of. It's like a. I want to say it's like it is living. Of course, it's living. It's a forest. They're always living, but it's sort of it grows bigger with the ebbs and flows of the moon, but it had recently started expanding beyond its usual borders during the waxing and waning crescents. So you went in and to help sort of like find one of the missing elves who was there trying to, gather all their moon carrots. And that's when you found a really cool flaming skull.
Yes.
Yeah. But it turned out to be the last unicorn. It wasn't Nick Cage or anything. So
it got to be.
And had our horse
I'm just
movie
still very
moment in
happy.
there.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. God, yeah. Yeah. So and I believe you also set up sort of you help them figure out for the elves to sort of create like a spooky Airbnb at the end of it, sort of capitalize on the Nightland and but also, make some money and like, have a reason to move out of their house every like couple of weeks for a little bit. So yeah, so you are at the edge of the Nightland with Grimson, the bear rider, who lent you all those sweet bears with beautiful pun names that we all remember, and and you're there with Elix, one of the elves of the Nightland, and the last unicorn that you actually saved, the one of the warlock patrons of Legendlore, and the you know everyone's sort of partying and having this good time, like they're setting up a grill. They've got a really nice, it looks like just charcoal grill going that maybe another one, a strange object from the US. Logan, I think you recognize your parents have one. You're just kind of like, okay, cool, same make and model, straight from yeah, all right. Or I'm sorry, not Logan, Alistair. And the last unicorn comes up to you, Courtney, and sort of nickers and nuzzles your shoulder.
Oh gosh, both hands petting this beautiful beast.
Yeah.
Tiny little pixie hands.
Yeah. Yeah, the last unicorn sort of tousles their locks, and yeah, you kind of like get rolled up in them for a second, and it feels like silken laughter on your skin, which is and as the hair kind of rolls away, you see a small item in your hand. It's the one that I sent you. It is a can of or it's it looks like a metal can with like a certain colored top. I'll let you tell me what color. And you shake it. It's got like a metal ball inside, it sounds like. And it's a can of refined acid. So it's distilled from a tree from the Enchanted Forest, and you can use it to create a 10-foot stream of acid when released, and it does some cool acid damage and leaves a permanent streak of color on whatever you hit it with. So
That's so cool.
what color is the top?
Do you know how butterflies have two more color detecting cones, I believe, in their eye structure than humans do? Could it be like in that sort of spectrum that's like kind of outside normal human seeing range, but into like insect seeing range? So to her, like to Courtney and Alistair, it just looks like this new, bright, amazing color, but to everyone else, it just looks like boring, like a green or something.
Yeah, absolutely. The horse like winks at you, and I'm gonna say, I'm sorry.
I was laughing, sorry.
Okay. And I'm gonna say actually Grimson turns on and goes, oh, that's a pretty nice color, and just kind of mumbles something about being a tetrachrome, and just like got the eyes of a shrimp over here, the last unicorn goes over to you next, Judas, and sort of stamps its dainty cloven hoof and like sort of tosses its mane and its lion type tail.
Like flip my mohawk at it and be like, yeah, we're both majestic beasts.
Yeah. Yeah. That's when you feel a small weight on one of your liberty spikes on your mohawk.
Right.
And yeah, so it's a beautiful metal ring that immediately feels the same temperature as your skin when you put it on, or if you put it on, but it's in your hand too. And it's got this sort of like double helix sort of twisting design around it, and it is a ring of safe passage. And so you can use it to when you are wearing it, you will leave no trace of your passage anywhere unless you purposefully are trying to make tracks of some kind. So especially if you're walking behind your group, or I don't know, they're all small and tiny and fly.
Like immediately putting it on, being like, good.
Yeah. So this includes the sound of like you don't have any armor, but the sound of any of your equipment and whatnot. It does not mean that you it does not prevent you from being seen or heard, but it does it muffles the sound and whatnot. So it will extend to a mount as well, but it fades once the rider dismounts.
Very
so
cool.
we could consider Star Slayer the chunky a mount as well. So your yellow beetle talking car.
I become a mount whenever Alistair's riding my mohawk. Like, does that count for
Alistair? Sure. Yeah, we'll say anyone you carry. And you see like Flips, who's a small dwarf, sort of give you like the yeah. No. All right, and Alistair, the horse just sort of like the horse, excuse me. Oh my gosh, the unicorn. Woof, sorry. Yeah, I almost got stabbed. The unicorn just sort of looks at you and waits for you to come over.
I'll fly over.
Yeah.
I guess and just hover in front of its eyesight.
Ooh. Yeah. So the horn of the unicorn, that's gorgeous, like white and opalescent, like coils, and even at your especially with at your extreme closeness, but also with how close you are and how small you are, you can see that the horn itself is etched with many runes, and you feel one in particular calling out to you. And yeah, it's in the shape of a U with like lines going off the top, and it's the rune for Phantom Song. So and this that you got the email for, sometimes it says sometimes it's better to turn your enemies against one another than to destroy them. So it is we're gonna say a bardic rune for you. So instead of playing an instrument, as you put the paint on your skin, or wherever it goes, as long as the paint is wet, the song will go on, and it entrances all undead who hear it, and they fall under your command as well. So you can continue to apply the rune as well. So
Okay, I will I'll take note of it alongside the like other runes that I appeared with on my arm as sort of like my human pixie notebook. And I've decided that if I apply it on my chest or like on my face, that's when I'm like activating it. So I'll write it down and save it for later.
Excellent. The unicorn just sort of looks at Flips, and who's just kind of like, "Hey, how's it going? What are you doing? What's your name? You come here often?" And just sort of rolls its eyes and like knocks Flips' camera and recharges it to 100%. So Flips is like, "Oh yeah, cool. Yeah. Like, like dancing. Okay." And Crimson comes back over. Well, thanks again for taking care of my bears. They said all nice things about you. And they don't mind a little hoeing, little sewing, So thank you again for making sure they're okay. And now I can take them back to the corral. Don't have to ride them or nothing. Like, they are good to go.
Please take good care of Bertrand.
Oh, Bertrand. Oh, you did. Yes. Bertrand had a gift for you, but it looked like it was kind of just made out of fur and other parts. You know what I'm talking about? So
yeah, that Bertrand, always such a goof.
Yeah, I figured you were better off without,
The thought that counts, right?
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. So while you all were in there, we heard some music, some sort of a tinkling of some kind while you were gone, and it kind of made all of our hair, all of our skin, which for me is a lot, I'm like almost a bear myself. So, and you can see Grimson's partner go, mm-hmm. But I think we got a lead on the circus because we saw a little flash of yellow and red while you were in there. Do you
Could you tell us where you saw it?
Yeah, it was yonder. Points to the road, but no, on the way to yonder as well. That's the name of the next town. So
Did they
Yeah.
appear to be traveling very fast? Do you think we could catch them before they make it to town?
we might be. Yeah, you could try. I definitely think so. But from all the tales that we've heard recently and what you told us, yeah, you know what? Get out of here. Why are we wasting time? If you want. And he
Darth
sort of
Vader
also like hands you
around?
foodstuffs too, just kind of like, just take it all. We don't need a big scene.
Yeah, I say we hit the road.
Goodbye. Make
I'm
sure
gonna run over to
right.
Star Slayer and do a cool like
That's right. We have a car.
Yeah. Did you say you want to hop in? Like the window rolled down, and you just kind of like.
like like whenever somebody tries to run and like get to the driver's seat, they like slide in. Like I want to do that.
Yeah. Star Slayer like cranks open that door for you. No, yeah, can tell what's going on, and like, yeah, engine's already gunning, ready to go. So, yeah, Star Slayer goes, "Where to, gang? Is okay if I call you that, right?"
You can call
A
me
good
anything
collective
you want,
noun.
Star Slayer.
Yeah.
I mean, I could call you cowards too. I hear that's I'm just kidding.
You know that's not true.
It's the opposite. I once heard the opposite of truth is a joke. No?
What book did you read that in? Do you have to? Can you read? Does you have to like set up a book and then reverse back so you can see it? And how do you turn the pages?
I can only read whenever people read while writing in me in this form.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the times I get halfway through a chapter book and then someone has to roll down a window and puke. And I don't feel good after that. Because
Unfortunate.
Yes. So, but you are welcome to read, of course.
What if someone played an audiobook in you?
Ooh, I love audiobooks. Do you have any?
I have the soundtrack to the musical of Heathers.
Ooh, I haven't heard that one yet. I know I've heard people describe the movie before in pretty good detail. So
the musical is a little different, but it's a lot more fun.
Is there a song about cleaning fluid or Windex? Some blue fluid.
It's a little more complicated than that. Let's just plug it in. Yeah. There is a song about slushies, though.
There you go. All right. So, all right, you're California cruising down the road, but better than that, like very early driving game.
And Courtney is singing along the whole way. She knows all the words.
Yeah. Yeah, you are zooming towards yonder. You pass a couple small cabins on the right, a couple on the left. Some places where you can see people have just sort of staked out and like created a little tiny tent or like a camping situation for themselves while they're traveling as well. They kind of wave because they're just like not a lot of cars in the realm, obviously, and East is off. So yeah, kids are just like, well, freaking out. So you all feel very cool, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're getting pumped up. And yeah, Courtney, that's when Starslayer asks you how you're feeling, because you've been casting quite a few spells recently.
I've been casting many cantrips.
And he asks him, have you heard about Menthrak in this in the realm?
No, I haven't heard anything about anything. I've just been winging it this whole time.
You're kidding. The voice is coming, by the way, from the radio, like usual, or the speakers. So everyone is, listening. That's okay.
Nah, I'm just riding on my pure talent this whole way.
I mean, it's working.
Thank you. It's very nice of you to say.
Yeah. Starslayer says, yes, possibly you too, Flips. If you cast too many spells, you might start to experience some sort of fatigue or mind lock. But with that, it unlocks a different type of magic for you. Flips is just like, whatever, just like
So
excited
it
about
feels
again.
like fifth period.
Yeah. Well, Starslayer is like, I'll keep it short. Since you have so far done mostly cantrips, you can choose one extra spell that you will cast. And he gives you a list of a careful spell, a distant spell, empowered, or twinned.
But not a subtle spell?
Subtle spell. Yeah, you can have a subtle spell too. Or
Nice.
a subtle spell. Is that what I thought you hadn't heard of this before. Starslayer says.
That was out of character, Starslayer.
Okay, no,
You know
perfect. Yeah.
that.
All right, subtle spell it is. Starslayer also reminds you that or tells you I know you've heard of the pool of magic, but it's with which the heart of the realm beats, and it's very dangerous is what I'm trying to say. It's a untapped, well, nope, it's tapped. It's a tapped resource, but one full of chaotic energy. So, Bones, are you raising your hand?
Oh no, I was like tapped like it.
Oh. Yeah, it's very much tapped. It's like
Well, I guess I'll have to wait till the upkeep phase to untap it.
That's when you hear Starslayer go, what?
Sorry, it's a card game joke.
All right.
Can you play card games?
I love card games. Do you like card games?
I like card games.
We should
I
play
have some
card
friends
games.
who like card games.
What a coinky dink. I have friends who like card games too. That's how I learned to play card games.
Interesting. I'm sure it's entirely unrelated.
Look, card games are famously wildly popular, especially amongst youths ages 13 to 19.
Logan, is Alistair trying to determine if Courtney is a schoolmate?
I think he's fairly
pretty
certain
sure
that she
Alistair knows.
is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he's just trying to provide Courtney with an opportunity to tell him herself.
Mhm.
But it looks like she doesn't want to, so he's just gonna leave it for now.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's very kind of you. I was gonna say you could roll it off if you wanted, but okay. Okay. You all pretty swiftly come up to the town of Yonder. It wasn't very far at all. Unfortunately, there is a very large red and yellow tent that is already set up. Several wagons all around, but oddly no activity around it. Just one big tent.
Is there music? Like if we roll down the windows?
You can hear music, yeah.
Is it good music?
It's horrifying. It's like, yeah. It sounds like a oh right, because you are from Earth. It sounds like a nearly broken ice cream truck. So kind of like some Pop Goes the Weasel in there. But like, very like it's like a music box that like the tines are barely hitting, like it keeps like getting stuck, and like someone's just working that like motor.
If there were kids singing, this would be a horror movie.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting horror vibes.
Kids. There's a surprising lack of kids here as well.
Okay,
right.
gang, I have an idea.
All right, what you got?
We'll record this music and sample it.
Yeah, all right. Flips, you got it?
And then what?
Something in the middle and then profit.
Okay.
Looks like the internet, probably.
Yeah, the internet.
Sorry, Alistair, what were you saying?
I was just expressing my surprise.
At the capitalist among us?
Yeah. I was thinking more Randy-centric plans. I don't think profit works the same way here anyway, since stories seem to be the way to go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm rich here.
A song can tell an amazing story.
That's a good point.
The horror moon. I mean, should we just drive Star Slayer into the tent?
Ooh.
You mean like run the tent over?
A bold idea.
Like make an impression.
Yeah. Show them we mean business.
I don't know why I didn't anticipate you driving straight into a tent. Okay.
Courtney minor illusions herself a pair of guns.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'll minor illusion myself like a rocket launcher on my shoulder.
Yes. And
Keep in mind, it's all, it's pixie sized, but still.
Yeah. Now I have 2 human-sized guns in my hand.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
I want like a massive rocket launcher that I'm just like flying underneath of.
Really, it just looks like flying weapons and 2 dwarves.
Flips is like, all right, I'll see what I can do. And again, with the chains of binding, just like has them all ready to go, but has them sprouting out of the camera lens. So there's like film reel coming out, ready to go, and just kind of like pulsing like a raw nerve. Like,
oh,
Yeah.
can I sit on like the window? Like, you know how people, whenever they go like hit mailboxes with bats, but I just take my staff and sit.
Yes, you absolutely can take your staff of Otharis, your beautiful goddess, and get ready to, like, I guess, remove skulls from bodies. No.
We're rowdy teens without supervision.
I know. Yeah, like absolutely. Yeah. Heck yeah. Okay.
Are you okay with this plan, Starcatcher? Probably should have checked beforehand.
Star Slayer goes, who?
Starslayer.
No, I'm teasing. Star Slayer goes like, I was born to ride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like guns it in the smog behind coming out of the muffler, which, I mean, pollution? This is an alien, but okay. It says ride or die. So just point me in the direction.
Into the tent.
All right. I'm just gonna roll. Perfect. Okay. And all right.
While Heather's music is still blasting.
Yes.
Like the musical.
Yeah. Do you want to give us like a couple bars of that just so we know?
Oh no, you're asking me to sing in public.
That was more like a closed mouth humming or an open mouth humming.
I'm very shy when it it comes to music.
Okay, Star Slayer goes, don't worry about it. It's great. Yeah, you you all tear ass through this yellow and red curtain or the tarp and skid nearly like through these like through an opening in the stanchions in the bleachers and sort of like come to a cool clown car-esque stop, like just spinning out into the the side of like two small rings and then one main stage ring. In your in the ring you're in, there are 4 skeletons that are reassembling themselves constantly to create different creatures out of all their bones, and sort of doing some like pantomiming and puppetry with themselves. So right now they're sort of in the shape of like a Tyrannosaurus Rex as much as they can, but with like, using their fingers as teeth and like 2 of their skulls on top of a rib cage. So, and they're the crowd is sort of cheering. In the middle ring, you see there are 4 pigmen. There's 4 they're pink, black, and brown with some patches on them, and they have these like thin bristly hair and like big snouts, dressed to the nines in sort of Pirates of the Caribbean lore. Like it looked like they came from the Halloween store with the stuff that they're wearing, but with razor sharp cutlasses, and they are sort of flipping around and doing some choreography. And then on the far side, there is a young woman, a human woman, with a small wooden instrument, but you can't hear anything. All around you, there are people also in the stands. They are clapping, they're screaming. They assume you're part of the show, and they are wearing a lot of just plain button-down shirts, dresses on the women. So yeah, what would you like to do?
I'd like to like pile out of the car with this massive, rocket launcher that I've got on my head, like ready to fight. And then like I see all the circus things are happening, and I sort of like yell at the skeletons. That's very cool, but you know what's not cool? Kidnapping. And I'm like looking around for Randy.
Yeah, you don't see Randy anywhere. Were you trying to like intimidate them?
Not really. I'm just genuinely impressed with the rearranging of the skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
So, but begrudgingly, because I wanted to be mad at them.
Yeah,
but they're actually very talented workers. So
yeah.
Well, if you're not going to intimidate them, I am.
They're currently reassembling themselves in the shape of Star Slayer, and
that's
like
very cool.
One person's pretending to drive, but with their butt like on the steering wheel, or their coccyx bone, or the thing.
Okay,
that
never
the
mind.
butt
That's too
meat
funny. I like combat roll out, like guns out, and I'm like ready to start yelling, and then I see that I'm just like.
Flips is just rolling. It's like, yeah, just like, oh, wow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I can't afford this effects budget. You think we just stay for a bit?
Just keep filming. Keep filming.
Why just stay when we can perform?
Well, and then Flips is like, I don't know. Are they union or what? Like, stuff matters.
Is there like a backstage? We're here for Randy, right? Or maybe Randy's gonna come on later. Should we stick around and wait for him to come out, or do we want to go try to find him?
I mean, we've already made an entrance. It's hard for us to back out of being conspicuous now.
Good point. Acts like we're part of the show.
Flip.
Yeah, Flips, do a flip.
Flips does a, okay, you know what? Acrobatics. Okay. All right. Flips just goes, I mean, I guess if that's what you, and like does like a double backflip into the air and like lands surprised. Oh, I mean,
That was amazing.
Whoops. uh,
I like set off my minor illusion, and it like does like little fireworks over flips.
I use mine to make an air horn noise.
yeah, there's a kid just like sitting on the front row, just clapping in awe, wearing suspenders and like brown shirt and like a pale blue shirt, just so excited. Couldn't be happier to see all this stuff happening. It's got a little hoop and stick slung over his arm. It's just like, oh, amazing, amazing. Let's start, starting to freak out full on like the Sugar Crash meme. So, Bones, Judas, what are you doing?
I would have seen Flips' cool flip and tried to do a flip. I did not roll very well, so.
Can I confer advantage by like trying to like fly under you and give you like a boost?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like little tiny secret helper.
Roll, roll a 15 for a flip.
Yes. Yeah, you flip over flips. They're like slow motion, like what? Yeah, like super excited.
I didn't even know I could do this.
Exactly. Yeah, so the skeletons rearranged to form one large skeleton, sort of, but using some of their bone burrows. As a to create a big sword, and have started to fight with the pigmen in the main ring. And you can hear that they're terrible. The pigmen are just like, they're calling out jokes. What do you call a pig with no legs? And the brothers go, what? And they go, a groundhog. Like, and the people in the audience are just, again, like, they don't know. Apparently they come from a time with no jokes. So they're just losing their mind. Like they're laughing, they're stamping on the ground. And the little kid on the front row, just like starting to get red in the face. So, what do you all do?
Do I get a sense that the crowd is reacting perhaps more than I think is normal, and like beyond a normal reaction? I just want to see if the crowd is perhaps being influenced in any way.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Love the circus.
Do you want to roll investigation or
investigation or insight?
Insight.
I think they're the same for me. Oh, investigation is better, actually. So I will take that. 18.
18. Yeah. So Alistair, that's when you notice that around the edge of the three rings, there's a thin blue light that's coming out and sort of just casting this interesting glow on everyone's faces. And there's one door next to the middle ring, where new acts are coming out, where you see a couple clowns sort of circling through. And then the main entrance is actually obviously not where you came through, where you, again, just you made your own entrance, if you will. But that's on the far side, past the woman on the ukulele. You see an entrance, and it's sort of this a green door that is also being guarded by some more skeletons. So.
I'll sort of fly over to Courtney and Judas and Flips and sort of whisper and point at the blue light. I say, do you think we should turn that off? It's giving me weird vibes. I think it's influencing the crowd somehow.
Do you have any ideas on how to turn it off?
Nope. I mean, I could dump some paint on it, but I don't think that'll actually stop it.
Is it coming from somewhere specific, or like is it like a pipe that we can just like feel, or
I don't know if it. I mean, it looks like it's just sort of. Is it just a ring, like around?
Yeah, it's just sort of it's a I will say it's a magic light, but yeah, it is emanating from just around the rim of the circus. Because yeah, the circus stages themselves are like maybe the two-sided ones are like 6 inches off the ground, and then the other one is like a foot off the ground. Just barely. They're made out of like thick wood, and a little bit of give occasionally with the stuff that's going on there, but
we're not being hit by the light, just the audience?
no, you're not. Yeah.
I mean, I could probably try like explode it, but that seems maybe a bit much. And if anyone has any other sort of less intense suggestions.
I could punch it. We got this
That is less
moon
intense.
carrot. Maybe the carrot does something.
Ooh, should we eat the moon carrot? Eat the moon carrot and then punch it.
Yes, it'll
I
help
mean,
with our eyesight at least.
has a bite out of it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did take a bite out of it? Oh, okay. Yeah. So as you do that, or as you did that, when did you take that bite out?
I probably would just like maybe on the right there. Sorry.
Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, you felt something good, but that was about it. Yeah, do you want to take a bite out of it?
I'll take a bite out of it.
Yeah.
I'm ready to do some weird, crazy moon drugs.
Some moon drugs. Okay. So as you take a bite out of a carrot, it's going to give you advantage on on perception checks, as well as advantage on insight, but also it allows you to see traps as well. So you can see under all of the I guess as you eat. And Alistair, you can take one as well.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's enjoying the carrot.
I
I'll
mean,
have a
yeah.
bite.
Okay,
How
so
does
you
it
wait.
taste? How does the carrot taste?
Look here how it tastes. It tastes like a rabbit. It's joy. Sorry.
That was a ride.
I mean, I've had rabbit. I haven't had rabbit's joy.
Yeah. Rabbit, gross. Rabbit's joy.
I mean, rabbit is good. I just wasn't expecting a carrot to taste like it.
I mean,
you bite into the carrot and it's all meat.
No. Now we know they're cannibal rabbits. No, it tastes like a rabbit's happiness. So with it, you get images of clover-filled fields. Excuse me. A sun-dappled tree line, smooth clouds going by, a bunch of small round pellets that are often poop, but also just mostly still carrot and hay. So it's okay if they eat it again. Sorry, am I the only one that zoned a rabbit? Like, second harvest. Anyway, a lot of poop in this. Sorry. So yeah, as you were doing that though, you see that the like stanchions have the bleachers, excuse me, have the they're sort of like lined with this sort of more of this pulsing green energy. And you get this feeling that you should stay away from them if you can.
Is that the same green as the door of the main entrance?
It is. Yeah. And like the little boy is like following you all, like, because you all kind of, you're like eating a carrot, and the little boy's like, all right, what's the carrot gonna do? What's the carrot gonna do? Like, just like getting ready. And his face is getting redder and redder, even with this blue light, or more, I guess, kind of purpley. But yeah, and he like sort of
Seems
sits
unhealthy.
down because he's like, he's got a sheen on him as well.
Maybe we should blow.
Yeah, maybe I should blow up the. I'm gonna say I'm speaking quietly so that we're not overheard. Maybe we should blow up the door. It's the same green as the seats, and I feel like people walk through the door to get here. That seems to be the first point of contact.
Do you want to do that, or do you want me to do that? I think at least one of us should do something, or else we'll start seeming suspicious.
Yes.
Well,
No, I had
maybe
this
so.
rune here that was on my skin. Depending on how I draw it, I can blow stuff up. So
So you're the explosion expert. You're the demolitions expert.
yes, I am.
The pigmen are again. They're starting to come into your ring now because they're fighting with the skeleton pig, or the skeleton fighter, and going. What do you call a cross between a pig and a cactus?
What?
A porcupine. Like they, again doing flips, and then one of the brothers, one of the bacon brothers yells at each other, "Don't go baking my heart with this! Stop hamming it up!" And again, these people are just lapping this junk up.
I'm enjoying it. Alistair is also enjoying it. But he'll tear himself away from the highbrow humor, and fade, scary skeleton, and try and fly sneakily over to the door.
Okay.
Sneakily.
Yeah.
Roll some stealth, maybe.
Roll some stealth for you.
To help, I will try to engage in the performance and take a skeleton bone and try to use it to fend off the pigs.
Oh yes.
I will also join in on the sword fighting with my staff, but use it like a sword as well because I don't have any training.
Yeah. Okay. They're convinced that you are part of it. These yeah, the pigmen's just like, oh, good new people, thank gosh. These guys are real boring. Just
Thank goodness you came over. I was starting to feel a bit bonely.
You hear the creak of one of the skeleton's jaws as they're laughing, but silently. All right, so you're doing your almost choreography. They're kind of they're professionals, so they're trying to mirror you and follow you. Meanwhile, Alistair, so you are sneaking by the door. What was your little sneak roll there?
Yeah. Natural 1.
Oh. All right.
But do we confer advantage with our performance?
Yes, you do get advantage of points. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, advantage. Okay.
Thank you.
12.
12. Okay. Yeah. Okay. While you are sneaking, the skeleton guards for a second think they see something, but it's at that point the woman that was playing this ukulele sort of bows, thanks everyone. Thank you. I'm Jenny Lind. I'll be here, blah, blah. And she's giving her a patter. And you see 2 more skeletons wheel out this 20-foot glass chamber. And in it is a very, very furry mermaid. And the little sign underneath it says, "The Fiji Mermaid." So the skeletons they're immediately checking this out. So you are able to zip past them towards the door.
Okay, cool. I'll get to the door and drop down in front of it, and I don't want to touch any of the green, but on the floor as close as I can get, I will draw a glyph of warding, and the specific glyph that I'm drawing is an explosive rune. Which, when triggered, the glyph erupts with magical energy in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the glyph. The sphere spreads around corners. Each creature in the area must make a dex saving throw. Creature takes 5d8 acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage on a failed save, which I'll choose, and half as much on a success. So I will choose lightning, because that seems cool. That's my only reasoning. And the trigger will be the word when I utter the phrase. Let's get this show on the road, and then it will trigger. So yeah, I'll just draw that rune. It looks like it's like
And
3 exclamation marks.
Nice. Okay. How close do you have to be for it to? Does it just hear you no matter what? Whenever you say that phrase.
For it to trigger.
Yeah.
It says you just have to decide
what the phrase is. Okay,
what triggers
cool.
it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Just because it is a little loud in here, obviously. There's
happy to abide by any ruling you make.
I fully support the use of lightning because I think in this situation, fire would be a bit too intense.
Yep, cool. Inspiration. There's actually an inspiration mechanic we haven't touched on really, but we're just gonna go with inspiration for here. So good job. Yeah. Cool. Excellent use of the glyph of warding too. I love this. Okay. Okay. So are you gonna fly back, Alistair, or are you?
Yeah,
okay.
I'll fly back to the others and just sort of give them the lowdown on what I did. And I can't tell them what the phrase is because that will activate it.
But what's the phrase? What's the phrase?
It's about...
What happens if you get knocked out?
Oh, that's a good point.
Just feel like doing a tight...
I'll write it down. I'll write it down and show everyone. Don't say it. This is the phrase. Don't say it. If I get knocked out, then you can say it.
Heck
yeah. Now you all know it.
We should get this performance on the street.
Yes, that.
It's Amelia Bedelia style. Excellent. Did you take a stick out and hit the road with it? All right. So the skeletons sort of like tumble down into just a pile at all of your feet, and the pig pirates have sort of like done some tumbling back into the center ring, and they're doing their bows. Oh, thank you, darling, thank you. Yes, of course you can cut a slice off of me anytime. Yes, please. Yes, we, they're collecting roses, they're collecting carnations, they're collecting hankies from women that are, what's the word? Oh, monogrammed. Sorry, I almost said embezzled, and I was like, nope, that's yeah. And then they sort of do their like tumbling act slowly off the main stage, and that's when you a single spotlight sort of hits the ground, and like steam starts to rise all around it. And slowly
it's got chills.
The wood starts to rotate that the spotlight is hitting and starts to lift off the ground, and in this like interesting little capsule with like wood on the top, you see the well-dressed minotaur pop out. The wood has now become just the tip of his top hat, which he bows and doffs and then jumps off this sort of black hole that he was standing on, and sort of like taps the hat on his boot heel, and then the wood kind of falls back into the ground. And, people clapping, screaming. They love a little magic. And that's when you hear the minotaur go, thank you, yes, thank you for coming to Bonham and Bailey's. Yes, I'm the barn half, clearly. Bailey over there's, we're just happy to have you tonight, and thank you so much for being here, and we hope you have a good time. Remember, don't forget to there's free concessions out there, and there's plenty please let the entertainers know they only know if they're doing well by the sound and the volume of your laughter and happy cheers. And so the minotaur sort of like bows again. Now there's a little puff of smoke starting to curl around his feet, and he slowly starts to disappear, hooves first, and then the rest of his body.
I send a message before he disappears. You suck. Where's Randy?
The cloud or the fog immediately blows away and he's back. Excuse me, what? So, I'm sorry, there's an unsatisfied member in the crowd. Someone who does not think this is the most delightful show on earth.
Are we gonna call him out? Are we gonna do like a show off?
Oh yes, a showdown, circus showdown.
Okay, so let's begin our Parkway play.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so he does turn and notice at that point that you all are not just a bunch of skeleton bones. Because they're all like,
Someday.
One day we'll all be dust. Yeah.
I'll like fly out in sort of fly out, not directly in front of him, but making eye contact, and I'll say, "You finely dressed Minotaur, Barnum, you have committed a crime. You have kidnapped a friend of ours, and we shall not let this stand. And now prepare to eat your own words. Let's get this show on the road."
Barnum the Minotaur is delightfully pleased to see an angry druid pixie speaking to him. Right? Oh, is it my birthday? You said I would eat my what? And from his immaculate sleeve, he pulls out a long white handkerchief that has words embroidered on it, and then just immediately starts stuffing it in his mouth. Yes, I'll eat my words. Mm-hmm.
Finish chewing before you.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
In saying "let's get this show on the road," that activates the explosive rune.
Oh, yeah.
That,
so
hopefully that looks impressive while it explodes behind me and I don't look at it.
Yeah. Okay. It's a gangster rap
Minor
video.
losing some sunglasses on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So as you say, let's get the
explosion though.
I minor illusion sunglasses in my hand and I throw them in the air and they flip through the air and land perfectly on Alistair's face.
Yes. You can feel it. Yeah. Cocked eyebrow. Okay. So as you're doing that, yeah. And so the explosion happens at the door. Mm-hmm. This green sort of fog blows out from it, and all of the bleachers that these people are sitting on turn into straight slides. Like everything suddenly flattens, and they are sort of screaming, a little horrified as they're like being slid down to the edges of the circus. And the ground itself is starting to tilt, and they start to fall back through this hole, through this door, where you can hear the words, extra, extra, read all about it. Like a little newsy voice coming through. And that's when I would think you would probably recognize that that's actually a portal that a crossing that they're being sent back through. And you hit those two skeletons, and they took. Can you roll the damage for me? Right, lightning damage.
Yep, it's many 5d8s. I'm gonna grab some more d8.
Okay, yeah, they're gonna be.
That is many.
Toast.
Not high roll. I have to do maths. 15.
15?
1-5. Yeah.
Yeah, it hits them. I know you you implode two of them. Or those two. Yeah, they're done. You said 20 feet too?
Yep.
Okay.
20 feet radius.
Can you so with that can you give me the damage on or no, it would be 15 as well. Yeah. Okay. So then the tank that the furry mermaid is in gets hit as well.
Oh, no, the mermaid.
It just kind of gets like blackened on one side, and like some of the bubbles or some bubbles form in the water, and she starts looking around to see what's happened, and starts to, you hear like these metal clanking sounds start to like rotate and click into place as she turns to and like makes eye contact directly with you, Alistair. And she's no longer just this furry mermaid in the little capsule. The metal parts at the bottom have like rearranged themselves to create like a spider or virus mech legs around. So she is now like crawling towards you, sort of like pointing at the through the glass at you angrily.
Oh gosh, I want a tidal wave at this thing. It's scary.
It was an accident. I'm sorry.
The ground is starting. It is still at a slant though, because the whole circus is slanting, so people are just sort of like sliding back through the crossing. And I guess roll for initiative. Sorry, whoa. Obviously.
That's
Logan, you got the drop on everyone. Okay.
I mean, nat 20, but not when I want a nat 20. So that's fine. It felt good.
I got a total of 20.
Okay.
17.
Same, because I'm +0.
What is your dexterity? Okay. Or you can...
I mean, you can go first, Alistair, unless you want me to go first.
Yeah, you can go first. I'm happy with that because I kicked everything off. So you can go first, and your dex is higher than mine anyway.
Okay.
What'd you get, Judas? What did Judas get?
17.
17. Okay. All right. I'm good to give her a sync. All right. And our Furmaid, and Barnum both rolled lower, so they will go at the end. All right, Courtney.
I want to cast Tidal Wave with Careful spell, so it sort of just like picks up and swells up behind Alistair, but then splits behind him and then reforms in front of him.
Yes, absolutely.
And I definitely want to hit that Minotaur and the Furmaid, which would make they both need to make a DC 16 Dex save.
Okay, neither make it.
Cool. They will both be knocked prone and take full damage.
All right.
$18 damage, both of them.
All right.
And yeah, so I used Careful spell on that one with one of my sorcery points.
Super cool. Okay. Alistair. I imagine you're still full of like cool angst, just like
cool energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, with everything that's happening and all the cool stuff that Courtney is doing. What am I going to do? So we've got everyone's like sliding into the portal, and we've got the Minotaur and the Furmaid. Still no sign of Randy.
No sign of Randy, correct. Yeah. The skeletons are slowly reassembling themselves, but they weren't together when everything started slanting. So they're sort of like scrambling around.
Okay. First, with my bonus action, I'm going to give inspiration to Judas. If we're close to each other, I will go up and I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna give Judas a real quick. I'll paint the Naruto headband.
Yes.
On him, and he'll be like, "You got this, go Judas."
Believe it.
So that's my bonus action inspiration, and then I will turn and see the skeleton sort of reforming, and I will use the new rune that I learned, the Phantasm Song. Begrudgingly, because I admire the skeletons as performers. I think they did a great job. And oh gosh,
Oh, we got props.
it's like reversed in my camera. LMAO.
This is beautiful. This is
And paint the rune there on my forehead. Oh gosh. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that because that's as good as it's gonna get. And you paint the rune on my forehead and activate
Phantom Song.
it. Yeah.
Perfect.
Phantom Song.
All right. Judas, it is now your turn. And you have inspiration. Yeah. So
So it's a D8, by the way. For my inspiration is a D8 that you can add to anything.
Okay, how long does it last?
A minute?
I am going to do the gaze of Otharis.
mhm.
Will now make all living and undead creatures within 30 feet glow different lights. So living creatures glow one color and undead glow a different color. So I can tell. Mainly, I'm just curious about the circus people. But
Okay, what colors do you want them to glow?
I'll say the living people will glow green and the undead will glow purple.
Purple. Okay.
Also, bardic inspiration is 10 minutes. That was my bad.
Green.
And it'll be, and this will also be people if they're invisible or imperceptible. They will also, I can see their glow. But they have to be with.
This is like it went from a circus to like an EDM light show in here, and I really like it. Okay. So it's Barnum's turn. He is lying on his side from the tidal wave that Courtney hit him with. Absolutely drenched. So his like lovely, beautiful, bull fur is like plastered to his the sides of his face, and all these like unbecoming patches. And he sort of gets up and just like wringing out the like billowy sleeves. You invited to one nice place. Well, you're given a free ticket, and you can't enjoy that, huh? You have to cause trouble. That's fine. And he puts out like one furry fist towards the ground, and and from it this dirt arch starts to form in between him and the rest of you, and like from it there's like this like dust veil that starts to form. The Furmaid. It gets up and it's going to throw some webbing up into the top of the circus tent and like start climbing it. And the skeletons, because you hit them with Phantom Song, they have to roll to see if they're under your spell or not, which I think is a pretty high.
So it's against my. I have to make a performance check.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have to try and beat that, I believe. My performance is pretty good, I think. Yep, it is. Now I just have to roll well. Yeah, okay, cool. 29.
Yeah, okay, they're under your spell. Cool. So you can command them for their turn.
Skeletons, form into a cage around Barnum.
All right, the skeletons, I'd say, let's see, based on this one's 10 feet, this one's 20 feet. Yeah, so they're like, yeah, they can scramble about 30 feet to get to Barnum, and they're able to start forming this little cage around him out of their very cool.
You're very talented and skilled.
You hear Alistair, when your teeth in your mouth, when the top teeth re-meet with the bottom teeth after you're done talking, you can hear like sort of a thrumming that says "thank you" as the bone conduction, like that's how they speak to each other. So, all right, we're back to the top of the order. I'm gonna say, sorry, in that turn, Flips is just filming from Star Slayer. Like they're driving around filming currently.
360.
Yeah. Flips just like, keep it going. I'm sorry, I'll do something next. Is so I can never afford this. Like, yeah. So we're back to you, Courtney.
I want to fly up to this Minotaur, get up close, and just punch him.
Well, okay.
That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I just fly up to him and I try to think of something cool to say, but nothing comes up. So I just yell, punch!
Yeah, as you're doing it, like the speed lines say punch too. Okay.
Minor illusion, the word like a comic.
Yep.
Punch.
6 damage.
Yep. The Barnum's just like, oh, okay, yeah, all right, yep, right, yep. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone wants to become a part of the show. I understand. I was once like you. He says, well, spitting out just a little bit of blood.
You're a sad, confused trans girl that had an sugar addiction and an overwhelming love of musicals.
You completely throw Barnum for a loop, and he just goes, very similar.
Well, tell
Not the
me your
sugar.
story in form of monologue, please.
Are you trying to convince them to tell you a story, or did you have another action you wanted to?
So,
yeah.
I don't think I can use any more of my turn to convince him to do that mechanically, but yeah, that's my turn. I moved, I punched.
Yeah, I was like, talking's always free, but yeah, it's okay. Judas. So wait, set the scene. Sorry, we've got in the middle ring, we have Barnum in a bone cage, and Courtney, I forgot about the arch, but was zoomed around this dirt arch that's been created, that's sort of got like a dust veil. And then we have Alistair, you're sort of on the side of the ring watching. Yeah, and then we have the skeletons that are the skeletons that are the bone cage. The permaid spider is above you, probably like 30 feet dangling on like some webbing. And Starslayer and Flips are helpfully just rolling around the rest of on the edge of the stage. And I will say that the ground is now pretty much flattened again. So
have like all the audience like already gone through the portal?
All except one. So
okay.
Yeah. All right, Judith.
On that note, can you tell me what color everyone's glowing?
Yes. Barnum and the Mermaid are glowing green for living. Same as the 4 of you, or including Flips. The skeletons are glowing purple. The young boy that is still in the ring, or sorry, still in the circus, is glowing blue. And there is something above. There's sort of a green streak above the entire circus at the very top of the tent.
Okay. I am going to cast Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action on Courtney, who just went really close to the bad guy. So seeing that, I'll just be like, oh, okay, no, shield the tiny pixie. And then for the next thing, I think I'm just gonna kind of like back our batty friend, see if he responds to that.
Okay, you're yelling at sorry, you went out for a second. So you're yelling at the streak?
No, I was yelling at Barnum to give us back our batty friend.
Okay. Yeah. So you're trying to convince him, or you're just
convince him?
Shit talking. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Let's roll for persuasion then. Let's see.
All right.
Oof.
18.
Yep, you do not beat him. His will is strong. Your batty friend is why our newest oddity, our finest performer ever. I can reintroduce you if you would like.
No, we want him back. You stole him, so give him back.
Oh, I will give him back. And eyes trained on Courtney, he reaches a hand out, and then through the bone wall sort of snaps. That's when
I did miss my turn this round, but I can go after Vaughn because this is very nice. This is a very nice sequence. Oh, we jumped from Kika to Bones somehow, but that's fine. We can keep going. I'll jump in after.
Oh my gosh, you're right. I'm sorry, we did. No. Okay. Yeah. I was just saying, no, that's when you take your turn, Alistair.
Okay, cool. All right. So Barnum is not being nice and not giving us back our friend. And also this child is here. And wait, can only you see the colors, Judas?
Yeah, it is only me.
Okay, that's cool. I think I'm just going to Vicious Mockery. Actually, bonus action, I'm going to give inspiration to Courtney. And I'm just going to shoot off like little paint fireworks because I don't want to ruin her spectacular outfit. So
Courtney's buffed up between Shield of Faith and then, yeah.
Yeah, she's on the front lines. Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to turn to Barnum and Vicious Mockery him, saying, because he's a minotaur, which is like they're like bulls, right?
Yeah.
You know what I think of this circus? It's bull. And then I swear, but I don't know if I can swear on Twitch.
And then a censor, yeah.
Then beep, a censor bar pops up. So that's a wisdom save.
Yeah,
against my vicious.
Oh,
words.
Yeah, no, rolled a 2. So I was gonna say perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
So you take 3 psychic damage, and have disadvantage on your next turn.
Okay. Right. You've cowed Barnum, and that Barnum thinks the circus is it, So and goes, you want to see your friend so bad, I can make it happen. It's fine. It's I was going to present him tonight. He was going to be the best, the most brilliant, but we want to perform in front of a ten's worth of audiences, but the 3 of you can do too. And he reaches a hand out through the bone cage and just sort of snaps, and the dirt veil that was sort of like glittering and sprinkling from the arch sort of parts, and you hear a little like sound that you recognize as Randy, but then it starts to get deeper and bigger. And through the dirt veil, Randy explodes, but is now 4 times the size. Looks like he was put on steroids, like the muscles on muscles. Little bat face, just huge shoulders, wings exploding. He is now 30 feet long instead of 4 feet long, 5 feet tall. Wingspan is dangerous, and it just, flapping his wings in like in a circle around the tent, just angrily like calling and echolocating and looking for, well, I guess you'll see. The mermaid, sorry, I can't keep saying mermaid, sort of swings on their from their web, and is going to shoot out at Courtney. And does a 17 hit you?
How much does Shield of Faith give?
+2.
Yeah, that'll just hit me.
Just okay. Yeah, so you are currently restrained, but you can make a strength check on your next turn. And then we're gonna say that
Is this a magical effect?
is it a magical effect? No.
Oh wait, no,
It's
mind.
just
that doesn't apply anyway.
Yeah, good old fashioned ooey gooey webbed. Which means you can also like, cut your way out of it too. Cool. And then we're gonna say that another spell. Okay. Flips comes by and hits hits the mermaid. He gets a Star Slayer to drive up what's left of the sand arch or the dirt arch, take flight to get close to the mermaid on like spider that's hanging down, and you see holding the camera just goes, "I said action," and like a brilliant flash comes out of his little camera as he blinds the mermaid. So they're going to be at a disadvantage for the next turn. Okay, Courtney, we're back to you.
How together is this Minotaur looking?
Pretty together. I'm sorry, actually, first, Alistair, you have your fleet of skeletons. Do you want them to remain in the bone cage?
Yeah. Keep on keeping on the bone cage.
Okay, sorry, Courtney. He still looks pretty together, but he is got like a little torn ear and a little blood coming from the lips.
Well, what Courtney's going to do is she's going to say to the Minotaur man, "The show's over, man," and snaps her fingers and casts level 2 sleep, and she will take on 4 levels of Menthrak and maximize that.
Yes.
So it will be a total of 56 hit die. If he has lower than 56, he falls asleep. If he has lower than 56 HP.
He falls asleep.
Yes.
Just barely. He fights it and then passes out. Still, I guess, standing sort of like with the bone cage, helping with his help.
Non-lethal takedown.
Yeah.
How does Courtney feel after that spell?
Yeah, it was Courtney feel.
Fifth period. She's looking pretty woozy.
Yeah. You still are stuck in the webbing, but you can do your strength check next turn.
Yeah. I will.
All right, Alistair.
Next turn.
If
Okay, cool. So Minotaur's asleep. Bone Cage is doing great. Randy is back and doesn't seem normal to start off with. I want to try. I'm gonna message Randy, and say, "Whoa, calm down, Randy. It's us. We're your friends. Amelia sent us. We're here to help you." And see, I don't know if that requires persuasion or something to
yeah, let's try to persuade him.
try and break through to him. Persuasion.
Our friendship.
21.
21. Okay, yeah, you get through to him.
Power of friendship.
He sort of falters in his angry flight, and the voice that comes out of him is much smaller. Still huge, and sort of like tries to angle down next to you without breaking anything or anyone. Sort of like sits there, sitting on his haunches, hands between his knees, wings sort of folded up, but instead of like normally looking up at you, he's like towering over you.
I'll go up and like pat him on the nose and say, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, he's a glowing bright green too. Or sorry, for Judas's sake. Yeah. All right, Judas, what would you like to do on your turn? You've still got the there's still the Fermaid skeleton or Fermaid spider, sort of swinging around.
Is she swinging around from the ceiling, or is she down near Courtney?
She is she's 20 feet above, so. I know. Suspense.
Crucial moment.
Yeah. Dun, 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 la, 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 la. Okay, there you go. So we've got the dust slowly settling on the circus. The main ring is where all the action's taking place.
I'm going to point my staff at her and cast Sacred Flame. And
I have to do a see. Oof, no. I don't think they're gonna get out of the way with a 4. So
no, they do not. Okay, so they take 10 radiant damage.
All right. Yep. I'm gonna 10 radiant damage, and the Fermaid mech spider falls from their webbing onto the ground. Still awake. And just sort of she's like in the water, turning furiously. She's like making this like mini cyclone of water within the chamber. She's just like, you couldn't see our vision. You had to come in here and mess up who are you? What are you? She's sorry, she's talking to you, Judas.
I was gonna say, I have those questions for you too. What are you?
I think she's gonna try to convince, or she's gonna try to persuade you to tell her who you are. Oof. Sorry, I finally got. Sorry, I rolled for the 22.
Yeah, okay, you win.
How do I kill you? No.
I mean, I'm human, so like stabbing or I'm a dwarf. Yeah, how would I answer it? Because I'm human, but I'm also a dwarf now.
I mean, you don't have to tell them exactly what, it's not like standard treat, but
I'm immortal, so you can just stab me or burn me. I don't know.
Why are you here? Like, everyone that's here is from a specific time, so to be wowed by all of our very interesting realm-born creatures. You all
I'm gonna
here.
point specifically at the bat and be like, "This is why we are here."
You're here because
You
of
stole.
bat people don't belong to anyone.
Okay, then you didn't take his permission. You didn't ask his permission before you didn't invite him here. You stole him here. Kidnapping. Bat napping.
What you're saying is true, but it doesn't like break through her facade. I was born here. At least this one had life on the outside. This is what we do. We perform. We give meaning to these idiots' lives. These filthy earthlings. They don't know anything about this beautiful world we live in. And she's like I said, a furry mermaid. Basically like a bearded. Well, there's just fur everywhere, including the tail, some scale and fur as well.
If we're having a conversation, I have the feature single muse, which means that like in conversation, I have influence with persuasion, as a storyteller, and I'm gonna be like, but you're in this device and you could go travel out on your own now. What's keeping you here now? I feel like you could go explore the whole world now all by yourself.
Ooh, she sort of falters at that. It's like, but that's not part of the plan. Like, Barnum was here. We were creating the best show on earth, but using the realm. It was so easy. We could take their life forces. We could keep ours going forever. It's brilliant. All we need to do is get everyone back in here.
Didn't you ever have all of this?
Sorry, Bones, you cut out again.
Yeah.
Okay, you're back, I think.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay.
It's gonna be like, but didn't you have a dream before all of this? Before you started stealing souls, which is bad, by the way. Like, you're bad guys. Don't you want to be a good person? Am I gone again?
No, you're back. You're back. Yeah, you could see her start to like look around as your storytelling gifts are kind of taking hold of her heart. She goes, I guess I've never thought about it that way, but we've done too much. We've taken too much energy from, like, we leave humans dead throughout all time. This one was just a particular, set of humans. I mean, it's the greatest show on earth. It's pretty, I don't know. I can't tell Bones is frozen. Dang it. She continues to sort of like tell her sad tale of what happened to her, or how she's always lived in the circus. I'm sorry?
It's more of, I think, me/Judas is like, wait, are they stealing people from our Earth and killing them and then taking them back? And oh my God.
Yeah, as you sort of say that, she goes, yes, it's we steal their life force and send them back through normally dead. It's how we managed to stay alive for so long.
Why don't you have a slushie instead?
What is a slushie?
Ah, they're great. You should come with us and have one.
I can have one when you're dead, though, too, right? Like,
No, you can't get one unless you come with us.
Oh, you're trying to persuade this fur maid to go with slushie with you?
Courtney's being 100% honest, so I think it is.
Judas, are you able to give some sort of persuasion because of your cleric Oath of Osiris abilities? Yeah. Osiris, excuse me. Osiris. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is your jam, is talking your way out of a fight.
So would we both roll, or am I conferring advantage?
Yeah, you have advantage. So what you're gonna need.
Wait, which one of us is rolling?
I'm sorry, Kika, you're rolling for Courtney.
Okay. And I'm using this bardic inspiration. Oh, nice. +7 to that. So, 18 + 6 + 7 is 24. That's 31.
Does a 31 make it? Yeah. Yeah, you beat my 18.
I started in 3rd edition, so sometimes 31 didn't make it back then.
Yeah, true. All right. You see the fur maid sort of like start to like power down the mech spider arms and like sit the bottom of the chamber sort of like sits on the ground, and the legs are kind of like casually sitting in the sand, sort of tapping, thinking. I mean, and she looks at Barnum. I mean, he is asleep, so
yeah, we can just throw him in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if we should throw him in a ditch. I think we might have to reverse some of what we've done.
Yes, you should do that, and then we can take him to the other side without a way back. And then he can't hurt people anymore.
Absolutely do that. Yeah. She turns and she's like, okay, all right. So wait, when are the slushies again?
After we do the reversing thing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. We have to go it's a special chamber. We have to go in, and Barnum knew how to get in. He always was constantly changing the locks, but
there are locks. I can help with locks.
Yeah. Okay. And so this is when you could and she sort of leads you through that the backstage door in the middle of by the middle ring, and leads you to it's sort of a long hallway, again, bigger on the inside, this long hallway made out of stone, and she sort of like dictates that it's just the last door in this long hallway. It's like, I don't know how to do. Yeah, I should probably go check on people and make sure that the pig brothers don't come out and try to kill us all.
Can you tie up Barnum?
Tie him up. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And this is when you could refer to that email I sent you. The pic, there's and our sweet producer will be putting an image on the screen. I'm trying to, let's see. I sent you a picture. There's because this last door is, it's the second image, but it's, you see there's a felled knight sitting by this door with a long spear coming out of its chest. And there's the doors actually pretty easily seen through, but it's there's 5 oddly shaped beams that are holding the door. Yeah, thank you, thank you, producer, for putting that image up. There's 5 beams of iron that are keeping the door closed, and there's a lock, holding it tight. But inside, you can see this pulsing pool inside.
And so is it the top of the beams look like the first image?
Or do you want to investigate the beams?
I'll investigate the beams.
Okay. Why don't you roll me investigation first?
Okay. See if maybe they're rune related.
Mm-hmm.
I would also like to know if the effects of the carrot are still in effect.
Effects of the carrot are still in effect. So as you're looking around for traps,
Yes.
the entire knight is glowing, who has a handy key in his hand, as you can see as well. So
Don't touch that.
yeah, I think Alistair understands the easy win after putting that Goltham's eye back in for it and reactivating it.
Yeah. I got a 13 for investigation.
Okay, yeah. You do notice that it's interesting. We can go to the second image if we want, but you sort of fly up and you see the tops, like an eagle eye view, or excuse me, pixie eye view of these beams. Look possibly familiar, but yeah, they're not just round circles. So
I'll point that out to everyone and say that they look like letters to me. And I mean, every time I touch something, things tend to go bad. So I am going to voice my plan before I touch anything this time. My plan is to, I guess, try and twist the beams to spell the word cheat. Unless anyone has any other ideas, or
I mean, I could try a thing that would let us not touch this creepy gate door.
I mean, the door's
all
not
means.
glowing like the night is, so
I know. I am going to cast knock on it.
Oh, okay. A What does it sound like? What kind of knock? Like, is it a shave and a haircut? Is it like the sound of nails on a chalkboard? Is it a...
Let me think.
Alice starts doing a dance.
I'm sure it's not at all obvious, but it's the Wing Zero theme from Gundam Wing.
Okay, yeah. The lock that was on the bars just falls off open, but the bars are still in place. But you hear a doo-doo.
Success.
Yeah.
One success. Do you think we can move the bars around so it spells teach instead?
Ooh, I like that better.
Or maybe even theka.
What does that mean?
It's like a case or a
match.
sheath for like a pollen sac or moss
Or
capsule.
Watch.
Mm-hmm. Or hate C, or hate C. Who's C? Do we hate someone with the name with the letter C?
Tash.
Do you want to? Yeah. So, which one do you want to do first?
Let's start with teach.
Okay. So you rotate and lift them. I'm going to say you're able to move one out and then move one back in at the same time. making I would also say a gap big enough for everyone to get through, but you keep rotating them back in. And then twist until it says teach. And the I'm gonna say the door opens with that. Cheat was originally it, but I I like this idea of the most Alistair, you're just trying to convince everyone like it's so obvious. Like so all the bars slide into the ground. And you have gained access to the pool room.
Right.
Oh, don't touch the person. It's a trap.
I mean, they looked like they got stabbed, and I didn't want to get stabbed, so.
Flips is inches from the knight. You couldn't have said it this whole friggin' time?
I thought it was pretty self-explanatory, Flips.
I mean, listen, I understand foreshadowing, but sometimes, a knight is just a knight. Oh, wait, but a knight would try to kill us. No, you're right.
And a spear coming out of it.
Yeah. It's the keys, right? Like
Dark Souls rules. Anything could jump up and kill you.
That's true, including Flip's gestures. Dish water. It could be like a water weird.
That is true. Oh my god.
Wait, just whispering out. Let me turn my audio.
Do you need me to do another read of the line? That is so true. I never thought of that. You're so right.
It's better. It's good. We'll take out my words in post.
So is it just this room with a pool in it?
Yeah, it's sort of this barren cavern and this pool, and there's images from all over the realm sort of like whizzing around in it. You see the dragon of Darkoth flying around. You see the plains people trying to live their life. You see things past Ethazoth in the more wild lands. You see the raiders of the sea. You realize that you're not just seeing it's a magical pool. It's a very important pool, possibly.
Does any scent come off of it if I try to waft it?
I would say it is.
Before she does that, Courtney says, "Okay, everybody, lab safety practices," and she takes out her goggles.
This is the state of schools. You have to buy your own paper. You have to buy your own pencils. You have to buy your own goggles to keep chemicals from splashing in your faces.
Yeah.
But they also look very good. Okay, so you demonstrate the wafting technique. You smell
goggles too.
Yeah, Courtney, you are the only person that's able to smell anything.
What do I smell?
Like a lemon balm. And you feel a unexplainable connection to this pool.
Okay, I am now going to violate lab safety rules, everyone.
Love it.
She dips a little finger
No.
gives a little taste.
Taste it. You feel your menthorax start to heal a little bit, or your power reserves fill up, and you know that this is actually the pool of magic. This is where all your magic comes from.
How did they get their hands on this?
Okay, fam, we got the magic here. This is just pure, straight up fun times.
Are we supposed to drink it?
Ooh.
Do you want me to ask it?
Can you talk?
Does it talk?
I don't know. It's magic.
Oh, that's a fair point. Yeah. Ask.
She's going to get
Sets up the
real
camera.
close with the pool and sort of hand out to whisper to it conspiratorially like a childhood friend. You're like, hey, magic. It's your friend Courtney. I was just wondering, do you need anything from us right now? Do you need us to do anything to set you free or something? Because you seem to be in a place where people are using you for some bad stuff, and I don't want you to get all mixed up in that. As your friend, I am very concerned, and I want the best for you.
I love this. Courtney, Courtney's friends with well, yeah, sorry. So you hear a voice, and it says, "Thank you for your concern. I can heal myself if you bring me the one who keeps the balance off."
So you want me to bring you the Minotaur man, Barnum?
If that is the name he chooses, then yes. But you must do something for me.
Anything, my sweet love.
Thank you, child. You must tell your friends who you really are.
I already did. I'm Courtney Brightside.
But they need to know you're a friend from Earth as well.
Do they?
The surface of the pool wobbles.
Okay.
Are you?
Is it okay over there?
They need to know. The pool puts up a hand to its face, its surface. It's called trust. They trust you, but only so far. I promise you.
Okay. I meant to tell him, but like I kind of just wanted to just sort of figure myself out with all the baggage of the past like on me, and just sort of like clean slate so I can just figure myself out.
Well, no, that is absolutely admirable. I think they just want to know if you are, what is it called? A fighting red panda? You feel like the pool of magic sort of like wash over your brain, searching for the correct terms. What they really want to know is, if you cross back to Earth, will you still be their friend? That is what lies within their hearts.
Okay.
But pretend like I didn't say any of this. If people know I can talk to them, it will be nonstop.
Yeah, I get that. I respect that. Don't worry, they already think I'm just a weirdo. After I go back, do you want to like hang out sometime?
Oh, absolutely.
Nice. I'll hit you up on Discord.
Yeah, you can best find me by helping clean oceans and small bodies of water and keeping it free of pollution.
Oh, nice. Now I know what I'm going to do for my job when I get out of school. Thanks. High five.
Splash.
I'm gonna flutter back to the group and say, well, gang, so we got to take that Minotaur and bring him in here to face judgment from magic itself. Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah,
Seems fair.
I'm your girl Ronnie from class, and yeah. Please call me Courtney from now on.
I swear, yeah, there's only like 5 people in that special literature class, and I narrowed it down pretty quick. Reactionary
literature, and
literature.
every single person in there is equally brilliant as I am. So it should have been more difficult to figure it out, I think.
It's a pretty high bar.
I mean, aren't you like the coolest person because you came here with us?
I mean, let's be real. I'm really cool no matter where I am.
Lips is filming. Now hug. Just kidding. You don't have to hug. You know.
I'm a bit...
My finger flips.
It's so good. It's so good. Oh, I gotta get the wide shot. I gotta go back out. Okay.
I don't know if I feel comfortable with hugs when I'm feeling very vulnerable. Honestly, it makes me feel more vulnerable.
What if we just wink?
You want to hide in my mohawk?
No, that's Alistair's thing, not mine. Can
It's
I
very
just
comfortable.
Can I just have like a gummy worm or something? I don't know.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
It's just like snatches it, and she like looks like she's about to like have a panic attack.
I'll go like through the gummy worms and like I'll pick out a handful and I'll like these are your favorite flavor, right? And I'll hand those ones over in a little stack.
Yes, any flavor. It's my favorite.
Flips
Checks
goes,
out.
I'm giving you a heart hug, and hugs himself.
Thanks, Flip.
You hear the
over and hug Flip.
No, I don't need a hug. I was just, I was trying to be supportive, and that's the only thing, get divorced parents, that's all I know. It's that or gifts, right? So,
Oh, buddy.
you hear the metal clicking of feet as the as the mermaid comes down the hallway. All right, well, he's all tied up, so.
Oh yeah, we need to bring him in here now.
Oh, okay. And she skitters off and then comes back.
No, I'll help.
Are you gonna help? Okay.
Yeah, I'm strong and also feel very overwhelmed right now. So
Oh, yeah.
a thing to do.
Yep, let's do it. You want the head or the feet? Horns or the claws?
I feel like with the horns I can get a better hold. I kind of need a bit more of control because I'm so small.
All right. So Barnum is wrapped up in a lot of rope, and some scarves that were pulled out of his many sleeves.
I love it. I got an 19 athletics.
Perfect. Yeah, with ease. You're actually doing most of the work, and the mermaid who goes, by the way, I'm sorry, wrong word. Hi, my name's Gigi, by the way. Sorry, I didn't get your names when I was trying to kill you.
GT was that?
Yeah, Gigi. So
Gigi. I like it. That's cool.
Anyway, thanks for freeing me from my prison. I think.
No
hopefully.
problem. Look forward to seeing how well you reform.
Yeah. So yeah, you all take Barnum, and what do you do with him once you get him to the pool of magic?
Throw him in it.
Yeah, do we just chuck him in?
I think maybe we wake him up.
Oh.
Maybe dip his feet in.
Maybe we gag him and make sure his hands are really tied so he can't cast like any spells or do any fighty, and then wake him up.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now that you have gotten his fingers and his toes,
Fingers, toes, and nose.
fingers, toes, no, yep, nose. Maybe like taped his eyebrows too, just in case. Flips is all just like,
nose.
you don't even know.
No eyebrow in it.
Then I take out some makeup and fill his eyebrows in a little bit.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
And to wake him up, I'm gonna point, flick a bit of paint, do message, and just scream. Just like, ah!
Yeah.
Wake him up.
Barnum is just like, okay.
Morning.
What am I? What am I doing here? Is it my birthday again? Did I already say that line? What are you doing?
Being awesome, like always.
Serving justice. This pool isn't meant to be here. I know that much.
It's anyone's pool that can encase it in a room and magic it away.
Anyone's pool wanted to talk to you.
No. Oh, no, it's okay. I don't need to talk to anyone. No, why don't we all talk over, do you want your own ring? I can give you your own ring. You could have your own show. You could have your own circus, your own spin-off. Sorry, I gesture a lot, so I'm trying to, your own spin-off. Hello.
Spin-off.
Do we just push him in?
Baby, we're the main attraction. And then I kick him.
Yeah. I'm going to say, all 4 of you kick him.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, Gigi can kick him too.
Yeah. think, yeah, he rolls in and just sort of like you hear the scream as Barnum dissolves in the pool of magic.
Oh no, we need a murder.
Unexpected.
Yeah. He he, he dissolves, but then this very, very small minotaur cub sort of is like just sitting there in the pool, looking around, coughing up water and what appears to be hundreds of souls as well.
Minotaur.
And the pool just goes, "Thank you."
No probs.
Did the pool? Where are all the souls going?
Back
Into the ether.
home.
Yeah, back. Yeah.
Okay, they're like the pool is not now eating all the souls, and we've created a different kind of monster.
No. They're slowly disappear. You can see them flying out and up, and then disappearing through tiny green crossings, all going to their different times and periods. And
that's how you get haunted houses.
yeah. and Gigi just sort of puts all of her spider legs around her shoulders and goes, "Slushy time, right?"
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, let's go get
we
Star
did promise.
Slayer and roll out.
Yeah. And I think that's where we'll have to end it. With all of you still in the realm. But I would say you saved Randy. Yeah, sorry. Randy's there. Yeah. Randy will also, eventually, like, without being, he was injected with all this magic. He slowly becomes himself again. He loves slushies, but only grape. So kind of for taste. Yeah. So, and I would say, do you all want to give us all like one last scene of either you in the realm or you at Earth? Starting with you, Bones, or Judas?
You know what? I will, so Judas will be back home on Earth, and he will be writing a story based off of everything that happened. Original story, do not steal. And just be thinking of, and that's like just like his true like happy moment of like that. And then, do you know if we still have the pictures on the cell phone, the selfies we took before?
Oh, you totally do, yeah.
Okay, so I probably would have printed them out and put them like on the wall. So that's what Judas would be doing.
All right, and how about you, Courtney?
Yeah, she probably gets home a bit late. Like, I don't know really what time it is when we get back, but like she probably takes her time getting home, whatever the case is. When she does, she's going to go to her mom's office, like just pulling like her big hoodie like tight around her, like super nervous. She knocks on the door and just says, Mom, we need to talk. And then I feel like it cuts to black there.
Yeah. All right, and Alistair.
Probably cut to Alistair a while later. It's a bit of a time skip here. And he's finishing up his latest art project, and he comes to school the next day, and in Judas, Courtney, and Flips's lockers, he's managed to put in these portraits of them as they were in the crossing, on the other side in East Azoth, these big sort of heroic portraits with Judas with the staff striking an awesome pose, and there's just like all this dramatic lighting coming out the back, and Flips is like doing a backflip, like halfway through that double backflip with the camera taking a shot, and there's this awesome glint coming off the lens that's coming off it, and in Courtney's portrait she's like casting this huge the wave again, and it's got like these sort of rainbow glints coming off as the sun's glinting off it, and she's flying in the background with like the wind in her hair, like blowing her her dress and everything. And he's like covered in paint that day in school and very happy with himself.
And that is the last of Lost in the Crossing, or lost and found in the crossing in this case. So friendships formed and burnished through shared trauma, and adventure. So well, thank you again so much, chat, for being here with us and or watching the VODs later. Thank you. Again, Legendlore is one of the new story paths available from the Onyx Path. There is currently a like Word doc PDF version available, and a more beautiful one will be coming out chock full of art later this year in PDF form, and then book form next year a little bit further. And we will give a little let everyone do little outros and let people know where they can be found. Also, thank you to Kuzmaroglu, our producer, for throwing links in chat and helping us all out. Thank you again to I will say Travis Legg and Matthew Dawkins for letting us all take up some time on this channel. So it's been an absolute pleasure. And Logan, we will start with you. Where can people find you online, and what other fun have you been doing?
Yes, so I am and have been and will continue to be Logan, and I can find the tabletop games that I write and create on my itch, which is Breathing Stories, all one word, .itch.io. You can also follow me on Twitter at ink_and_stories. And I'll break the news here. I'm working on a Kickstarter for my most recent game to make it look a little bit pretty. It is a game of personified discontinued Olympic sports going through American high school. It's a GM-less game inspired by firebrands and powered by the apocalypse, and it's great fun. So keep an eye on my Twitter for more.
That's fantastic. All right, Kika.
I am Kika. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/KikaVigo. You can find me streaming on Twitch kind of regularly, but not always, at twitch.tv/Kika. That's twitch.tv/KIKKA, where I'm most recently streaming Hollow Knight for the first time. Very good game. And you can find my single page 2-player RPG about communication called A Lonely Haunt at itch or kika.itch.io kika.itch.io/a-lonely-haunt.
Great.
Yeah.
Bones.
I am Bones, and you can find me at Twitter as Bones K Leopard, or everywhere else I am just Bones Leopard. And I am currently working on webcomics that you can find exclusively on my Patreon right now, or even on Webtoon, which you can find through my website at bonesleopard.com.
Awesome. And I am Jen Vaughn. I am a narrative designer at Very Very Spaceship, as well as for the DMs Guild and Itch. You can follow my work or read any of my comics over at Haunted Vault Studios. Next Tuesday, I start up my other game again. We'll be starting with Mothership on the Big Dungeon Show. Get it? Jen Vaughn's Big Dungeon Show. We play a different RPG every month with a different cast. So maybe you'll see some of these faces again one day, hopefully. And I also have one new workout on the DMs Guild, Esmeralda's Encyclopedia of Evils. So if you want to give your villains more depth, you can find it on DMs Guild. I'll throw it in chat. It's bit.ly easy evil. But always into giving everyone, ways to, they're not just fodder to kill. They're people with like wants and needs and all that stuff. But anyway, thank you again. You all have been so lovely, and it was so nice to play with, again, all of you. Logan, to meet you for the first time also in this game. So very good. He could have played with you for the first time. Bones, whatever. I'm tired of you. I'm just kidding. I love you. Also, Bones is present, so that was amazing. It was just like, no. Yeah. So I think with that, thank you so much, and we hope to see you sometime in the realm.